2:28 to play in the first quarter. The AFL championship game from War Memorial Stadium in Buffalo. San Diego 7, the Bills nothing. The Chargers break their huddle. Don Rogers, the center, drops over the ball. Again, that spread with the double wingbacks, double flankers to the left and the split right end. Rote back to throw. They blitz him. He throws long, and it is almost intercepted by Stratton, who was out with Paul Lowe on the play. Stratton had a hand on the ball at the Buffalo 38, but couldn't hold it. It is split to the right. It is 2nd and 10. Here is Rote calling the play. The Bills drop off a linebacker. Rote is back to pass. The swing pass, and boy, oh boy, the man was hit hard inside the 30 by Stratton, and he is hurt. It is Lincoln, and he was really hit by Mike Stratton just as the ball came into his arms, and he was really shaken up on the play. And Ralph, you don't see any tackles harder than that.
The hardest tackle that I saw all year, Ben, was one that Booker Edgerton put on here on Coldclaw about 6 or 8 weeks ago. But this lad down here right now is really suffering. He was hit so hard that by Mike Stratton that he almost came out the other side. He's still on his back down there on the field. We're at War Memorial Stadium here in Buffalo. The score is San Diego 7, Buffalo nothing. The injured player is Keith Lincoln, and he is stunned. There's no question of it. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Buffalo Bills Chargers.
Hi, everybody. John Boutte, Buffalo Sports Museum. Thought I'd give you a little clue of what today's episode is all about. Buffalo Sports Museum in the vault. We go back to 1964. December 26th, 1964. The Buffalo Bills, the winners of the AFL Eastern Division, take on the visiting San Diego Chargers, champions of the West. Chargers were coming off an AFL championship in 1963 when they dominated Boston in that 63 final. This was going to be a little different, though. Buffalo had a defense, and it was going to be hard for San Diego to score on that Bills defense. A defense that was quite simply impossible to score against running the ball. The Chargers jumped out to an early 7-0 lead, a 4-play, 80-yard drive that culminated in a Dave Kasurik touchdown pass from Tobin Rote. The tide changed, though, on that Mike Stratton hit. Mike Stratton knocking Keith Lincoln out of the game. The Chargers at that point were dominating the line of scrimmage, had a 7-0 lead, and were driving again until that play. And most people refer to that play as the hit heard around the world. And Mike Stratton really did a number on Keith Lincoln, a perfectly legal hit. Got there right after the ball did and jarred the ball loose from Lincoln. The 64 championship game held in Buffalo, one of the best memories of Buffalo sports history. The first championship, major championship in Buffalo sports history. The American Football League at the time, rivaling the National Football League, and many people felt that there were many teams in the AFL that could stand up to an NFL team. And it would be only a few years later that would happen, when the Jets took down the Colts in 68, and then again with the Chiefs beating the Vikings in 69. And we're going to talk a little bit about this 1964 Bills team. Defense was the best part of this Bills team, and Mike Stratton was a big part of that. Players like Tom Sestak and George Sames, Butch Bird, John Tracy, just a fantastic defensive football team that could score on offense. And, of course, everybody knows Jack Kemp. Jack Kemp, the leader of that team in 64 and 65. Fantastic field general. Was an accurate passer. Didn't have the strongest of arm, but he was such an intelligent quarterback that he could beat you using his brain. But that game in 64, like I said, rings so important in Buffalo sports history. First off, that they beat a strong Charger team that was, like I said, coming off a 63 championship. A lot of people thought the Chargers were going to come in and just take over the game. Interesting note, Lance Allworth did not play in this game. Lance was injured late in the season in 64, so that definitely helped the Bills control the line of scrimmage without having to worry about Allworth and his long game. But 64, great season for the Bills. They ended up 12-2 in the regular season and winning that AFL championship 20-7. So we hope you enjoyed this look back on 1964, December 26th, 1964. And ironically, the next season, the Bills would play the Chargers again in the AFL championship game. This time out in Balboa Stadium in 65. And we'll have another episode of that tomorrow, talking about the 65 championship game. But we hope you enjoy the segments. We really do. Thank you so much for the nice letters, messages, emails, etc. We really love what we do here, and we're so happy to be able to make a lot of people happy with this great look back on Buffalo sports history. So we'll see you again tomorrow in the vault, Buffalo Sports Museum. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas.